This is Building a Creative Life. I'm Pam Vale, a New England artist, bringing the world of creativity to your door through casual conversations with artists, creators, and everyday people, helping curious, midlife women begin their next creative chapter. I'm glad you're here. Let's get started. Hello, creative friends. Welcome back to Building a Creative Life. Today, it's just me and you. And I want to talk about something that I think is very important. It's this idea that you can live a very creative life even if you never make a single thing. There's this beautiful, often overlooked truth that creativity doesn't always mean producing a piece of art. Sometimes it's just about observing. And sometimes it's just about being in the room. You don't have to be painting or writing or crafting to experience the benefits of a creative life. Do you prefer to watch? Do you find joy in experiencing things through someone else? You're not alone. And it's actually really common to get pleasure from observing. And the same is true for creativity. It's not always about creating something. It can simply be about noticing. I think sometimes people get tripped up when they hear the word creative. They immediately think of being an artist or producing something tangible. But what if your version of creativity is simply noticing more beauty in your day? Or appreciating your surroundings more, or even just feeling more joy in ordinary moments. I talk about this a lot because I really want to reframe it for you. Having more creativity in your life does not mean that you have to create anything at all. I look at creativity as beauty, joy, and curiosity. It's about noticing your surroundings, soaking in inspiration, and inviting more of that into your life in whatever form it takes. So today, it's just you and me, a solo episode, and I want to talk about being in the presence or the aura of creativity, why it matters, how you can do it, and what it might look like for you, because there's more than one way to have a creative life. In this episode, I want to touch on 3 ideas around being a creative observer and not necessarily an artist or a maker. Number 1, thinking of art and creativity as a conversation. Number 2 are ways that you can participate in creativity without making anything yourself. Number 3 is being open to the journey, even if you don't know where it's leading. So there is joy in observing, and there is value in being near creative energy. There are so many ways to bring creativity into your life without ever picking up a paintbrush. Let's start with the first one. Think of creativity as a conversation where sometimes you're the listener. Art and creativity are forms of communication. Sometimes that conversation is deeply personal, and we create something just for ourselves. Maybe to process emotions, or to heal, or to explore something. But other times, that conversation is meant to be shared. It might be with another person or with a community or even with the world. And here's the thing, if no one's listening, it's a one-way conversation. When you look at a painting or read a poem or attend a gallery show or listen to a song, you're engaging in that conversation. Your thoughts, your reactions, and your feelings are part of the creative process. You help bring the artist's work to life simply by receiving it. And what's wild is you never know how your interaction will affect the artist. That conversation might change the direction of their next work. It might give them a new idea, or it might just give them the courage and incentive to keep going. We artists can be fragile, and support and connection can help us move forward. That's why I think of being an audience member, a viewer, or a reader as an essential part of the creative process. And on a bigger scale, think about how often art is used to create change, to tell the truth, or to spotlight an issue, or to heal. You, just by witnessing it, become part of that ripple. You help it reach further. So I really believe that being in the presence of art matters, even if you never touch a paintbrush. Second, Let's talk about what this can actually look like. Some people just love being around creative people, and that's enough. Some people love watching the process or hearing about the meaning behind someone's work. One of my dear friends, Leslie O'Leary, who I've interviewed on the podcast, is a perfect example. She's a master textile artist, and her work is incredibly symbolic, and it has deep cultural meaning. She shares a lot about her mission and her process online, and it's fascinating. But it's very different from how I create. It's not just about the art itself, it's the layers and the history and the intention behind it. For me, honestly, I generally have very little meaning behind my artwork. I know that sounds ridiculous, but I often create just because I like it. I enjoy the process, and I want to make things that are beautiful, things that bring me joy, or that I hope bring you joy as well. It's not always that deep, but I love that both approaches exist. And I love watching people who create with a message. I love learning about how and why they do what they do, and I love watching the process. That's creativity too. Even just listening to someone describe their work, that's enough. That's participation, and that's creativity. Being a consumer of art is a creative outlet in itself. Following artists on social media, watching their process, reading about what they're doing, attending events, these are all ways to bring creativity into your life. So if you're someone who loves following artists or watching their process or hearing them talk about their why, you're already participating. You're already engaging with creativity. Go to a gallery opening or follow an artist on Instagram. Get on their mailing list. Ask them about their work. Here in Rhode Island, where I live, we have something called Gallery Night in Providence. It's once a month, it's free, and they have shuttles and docents who guide you through a planned itinerary of galleries and creative spaces. Sometimes it's music, sometimes it's a reading, sometimes it's visual art, or some other kind of themed exhibit. But it's always such a great, accessible way to be around creativity. I'm also a member of the Newport Preservation Society because I am obsessed with the Newport mansions. For around $150 a year, I get free access to all of them, unlimited, plus additional programming like lectures, expert talks, garden parties. Some are free, and some come with a small fee but are only open to members. Look in your area or a major city near you to see what opportunities there are to get involved with special events and programs like this. There's just so much you can be part of that doesn't require you to create anything yourself. Third, you don't know where creative exploration might lead you. You might think you're not creative or not an artist or that you don't have the desire to make things. And maybe that's true right now. But being around creativity and watching and absorbing and exposing yourself to different expressions, you don't know what switch that's going to flip. It might not mean you become an artist, but maybe it shifts something in how you decorate your home or how you dress or how you tell a story. Maybe it sparks an idea you pass along to someone else. And maybe it just makes you feel good. I call it imprinting because I feel like when we're exposed to beauty or creativity, something gets stored and it stays with us. It becomes part of us. We might not even notice it, but it comes out later in ways that are small or surprising. We store visuals, feelings, and experiences without even realizing it. So even if you're not in a creative season, or maybe you just don't feel the pull to make anything right now, this still matters. You're still imprinting. It's all still part of your creative life, and you're still absorbing. You're still collecting. You're still being shaped. Later, maybe you're wrapping a gift or you're planning an event or writing a card and something that you absorbed surfaces. So even if you're in a creative lull or you just don't want to make art at all, you're still soaking it in, and that's what matters. Lastly, I want to say this. You can be a patron of the arts. Yes, it might sound fancy or out of reach, but there are so many ways to do it that are accessible and actually pretty fun. It's such a great way to meet people, especially in midlife when making new friends is harder. I talk about this often, about needing to be more proactive in building new friendships and relationships at this stage of life, and this can be a great vehicle to meet like-minded people. You could join your local museum or historical society. Many are affordable and include amazing member perks and special events. You could look into an organization like NARM, which is the North American Reciprocal Museum Association, or any association like this where you live. Organizations like this give you reciprocal access to so many cultural spaces around the country for free. You can buy artwork directly from an artist at like an art fair or through sites like Etsy or from their websites. You can follow artists and creatives on social media and engage with them. Leave comments, ask questions, and share their work with your friends and family. You can shop in independent stores and boutiques, especially when you travel. I love hunting for crafty shops wherever we are. Generally, they offer items in all price ranges. You could host an art night or a trunk show or a creative gathering in your home to showcase an artist. You can attend open studio nights and just talk to the artist in their workspaces. Most artists love to share their process. Or you can join a group like the women's creative group I started, where we craft, talk, and share space, even if not everyone is making things. Sometimes people come to just sit in the energy, and that's more than enough. So as we wrap up this episode, I want to leave you with these thoughts. Supporting the arts builds community. It's also a beautiful way to meet like-minded people, especially in midlife when it's not always easy to find new friends. It gives you something in common and something to talk about. There are so many ways to support the arts, even without ever making a single thing yourself. And I promise that is creativity and that is being creative. So I hope this conversation opened a door for you. Maybe it helped you see that you can live a more creative life even if you don't want to make anything. Even if you're just observing or appreciating or supporting others, that matters. That's part of it. As an artist myself, I can tell you every purchase and every comment and every kind word, it all means something. It helps us keep going and it reminds us why we do this. And it becomes part of our creative journey too. My invitation to you this week, maybe just take a minute to think about what kind of creativity you enjoy. Is it painting? Is it decorative arts like ceramics or glass blowing? Is it writing or newsletters or poetry or live music or theater or ballet or photography? There are so many ways to be part of the creative world. You just have to find the ones that fit you. And here's my last tip. Schedule it. Time goes by fast. And if you see a gallery night or a concert or a museum event, put it on your calendar immediately or buy tickets. While I often like experiencing art alone, it's also fun to invite a friend. You might be the one who helps them start their creative journey too. You don't have to create anything to be creative. You just have to notice more, appreciate more, and make space for more joy and beauty in your life. You deserve this. It filters into everything that you do, and it changes how you think. It keeps us connected to ourselves and to others and to the world around us. So if this is you, if you are the observer, if you're the supporter and the one in the room soaking it all in, I see you. You are creative and you are part of creativity, and we need you. And honestly, it's kind of fun to be able to say you're a patron of the arts. It feels very regal. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. If you enjoyed this episode, subscribe for free and share it with a friend. It helps others find the show and grows our community. Remember, creativity is yours to define. There are no rules, and it's never too late. Until next time.